Rain lashed against the windows, thunder roared. October had always been stormy in our little town, but this night was different. Fear hung heavy in the air, thick like the fog outside. Inside, my best friend Emma, my cousin Jake and I huddled around a flickering candle. The power was out, plunging us into darkness. "Let's play Ouija," Emma said, her eyes gleaming with a thrill of excitement. I shivered. I never liked the Ouija board. It felt wrong, like inviting trouble. But Emma, she always loved a good scare. Jake, never one to back down from a challenge, readily agreed. We sat in a circle on the dusty floorboards. The old Ouija board, a family heirloom passed down from Emma's grandmother, lay between us. Its surface was worn smooth with age, the letters and numbers faded but still visible. The planchette, a small heart-shaped piece of wood, felt ice-cold against my trembling fingers. "Is anybody there?" Emma asked, her voice hushed. We waited, our breaths mingling in the silent room. The air grew thick with anticipation, and then it moved. The planchette, so still a moment ago, twitched under our fingertips. The planchette trembled, then slowly, steadily, began to glide across the board. Our lighthearted skepticism vanished. Fear, cold and clammy, gripped my insides. We watched, mesmerized, as the planchette stopped over the letter Y, then E. "S. Yes," Jake breathed, his eyes wide with disbelief and a touch of fear. "Someone's here." Emma, emboldened by the response, asked, "Who are you?" The planchette moved again, this time faster, more deliberately. It spelled out VISITOR. "A visitor?" Emma whispered, her bravado fading. The planchette began to move again, this time without a question. It spelled FORGOTTEN. A chill ran down my spine. Forgotten visitor. Who was this entity we had contacted? The air grew colder, the candle flame sputtered, casting long, grotesque shadows on the walls. "What do you want?" Jake asked, his voice barely a whisper. The planchette danced across the board, spelling a chilling message. REVENGE. Revenge? But why? Against whom? The room grew palpably colder. The single candle, our only source of light, flickered violently, threatening to extinguish altogether. The shadows on the walls writhed and twisted, taking on monstrous shapes. We were no longer in control. The Ouija board had become a conduit, a doorway for something sinister to enter our world. Suddenly a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candle. We were plunged into absolute darkness, our fear-filled breaths the only sound. Then we heard it. A guttural growl, low and menacing, emanating from the darkest corner of the room. Terror, raw and primal, seized us. We huddled closer, our bodies trembling uncontrollably. A pair of glowing eyes pierced the darkness, their malevolent gaze fixed upon us. The air crackled with unseen energy. A dark, shadowy figure began to coalesce in the corner, its form shifting and swirling like smoke. It lunged forward, its claws outstretched. Screams ripped from our throats as the entity, the forgotten visitor, attacked. Everything went dark. When I awoke, Emma and Jake were unconscious beside me. The storm had passed, and sunlight streamed through the windows. It felt like a horrible nightmare, but as I glanced at the Ouija board, I noticed something chilling. The planchette rested on a single letter. A, my initial. The forgotten visitor, I realized with a shudder, knew my name. He knew where to find me. He wasn't finished with us. Not even close.